The Louvre Museum in Paris is more than just a building. It's a living symbol of creativity, culture, and the enduring power of human expression. It's a palace of art and history that draws millions from around the world, each visitor adding their own story to its legacy. Its iconic glass pyramid stands as a beacon, welcoming visitors to explore masterpieces like the Mona Lisa, ancient Greek statues, and countless other treasures that have shaped our understanding of beauty and history. Within its walls, stories from thousands of years ago are preserved, connecting us to distant cultures and eras, and reminding us of the shared journey of humanity. The Louvre is a treasure chest for humanity, holding artifacts that define our shared heritage and inspire generations to come. In 2024 alone, it welcomed 8.7 million visitors, each seeking a glimpse of history, wonder, and the stories behind the world's greatest works of art. But behind the beauty, the museum relies on aging infrastructure, pipes, wires, and systems hidden from view, quietly supporting the treasures above. Maintaining this historic building is a monumental task, as vital as protecting the art itself, requiring constant vigilance and expertise. The unseen foundations are just as important as the masterpieces on display, ensuring the museum's legacy endures for future generations. Without constant care and preservation, the entire collection and our shared history would be at risk of fading away. The Louvre's magic endures, captivating hearts and minds, but its vulnerabilities are real, and caring for it is a responsibility we all share. In November 2025, disaster struck a quiet corner of the Louvre. Water began seeping through the ceiling of the Egyptian Antiquities library. This wasn't a dramatic flood, but a slow leak threatening valuable research materials. Staff arrived to find shelves of books and documents soaked, a silent emergency in a space vital for Egyptologists and scholars. The library, the department's brain, suddenly faced a race against time to save irreplaceable academic resources. Quick action was needed to prevent permanent damage like mold. The incident was a stark reminder. The Louvre's treasures include not just art, but the knowledge that helps us understand it. Even a quiet drip in a library can become a loud alarm for the entire institution. Once the leak was contained, staff assessed the damage. Between 300 and 400 works were affected. The water had soaked through stacks of books and journals, blurring ink and sticking pages together. Most damaged items were Egyptology journals and scientific documentation from the late 19th and early 20th centuries. While not unique, this collection is invaluable for researchers working directly with the artifacts. The loss, even temporary, disrupts vital academic work and highlights the museum's complex ecosystem. Protecting the Mona Lisa is crucial, but so is safeguarding the research that gives context to such masterpieces. The leak was a serious warning about the need to protect all parts of the museum's heritage. The incident exposed a different kind of vulnerability, one that could threaten the flow of knowledge for years. How could this happen at the Louvre, one of the world's most iconic museums? The answer lies in something surprisingly mundane: outdated infrastructure hidden beneath the museum's grand exterior. The leak was triggered by the accidental opening of a valve in the museum's obsolete heating and ventilation system, a network of pipes and controls that had long outlived their intended lifespan. This system had been shut down for months due to its unreliability, yet a single, seemingly minor mistake led to significant water damage, disrupting the daily life of the museum and putting priceless artifacts at risk. The risk was well known. The Egyptian department had previously requested funding for upgrades, warning of potential disasters, but their pleas went unanswered by those in charge of the budget. The disaster was a direct result of delayed investment in basic maintenance, a problem that had been growing for years as repairs were postponed and warning signs ignored. A recent audit had already criticised the Louvre for prioritising new acquisitions and high-profile exhibitions over essential repairs, highlighting a dangerous imbalance in the museum's priorities. The event was not a freak accident, but a predictable outcome of years of neglect and underfunding, leaving staff frustrated and the building vulnerable. The museum's struggle to balance glamour, public image, and the less visible but vital work of maintenance is now painfully clear for all to see. The leak was a wake-up call, reminding us that even the world's greatest institutions are only as strong as their foundations, both literally and figuratively. Without urgent action and a renewed commitment to preservation, more disasters like this are not just possible, they are inevitable. After the leak, Louvre officials were transparent about the crisis and the challenges they face. Deputy Administrator Francis Steinbock confirmed the cause and acknowledged the obsolete system. Director Hélène Guichard praised her team's rapid response, which limited the damage but admitted it was a close call. Their honesty was a plea for help. The museum knows what's broken but needs resources to fix it. An internal investigation was launched to prevent similar mistakes, but the bigger issue remains: the building's aging infrastructure. No investigation can change the fact that the pipes are old and need replacement. The museum's leadership is making the case for significant investment. Transparency is crucial for building public trust and support. The Louvre's daily battle is to preserve priceless history within a fragile, historic palace. With the immediate danger over, the painstaking process of restoration began, requiring both patience and expertise from the museum's dedicated staff. Staff carefully dried each damaged book and journal, page by page, to prevent mold and further decay. Every fragile sheet was handled with the utmost care, as even the smallest mistake could mean the loss of irreplaceable history. Large dehumidifiers helped draw moisture from the air, stabilizing the environment and protecting the collection from further harm. Once dry, the books were sent to professional bookbinders for painstaking repair. Each volume was assessed individually, with custom treatments designed to restore their structure and beauty. Restoration is slow and costly, but essential for preserving research materials for future scholars. The process can take months or even years, depending on the extent of the damage. Meanwhile, the Louvre announced plans to finally fix the broken systems, promising a safer future for its priceless collections. Repairs and a complete replacement of the obsolete heating and ventilation system are scheduled to begin in September 2026, marking a major step forward in the museum's ongoing preservation efforts. To fund these improvements, the museum raised ticket prices by 45%, generating much-needed revenue to support both restoration and modernization. The price hike is controversial, sparking debate among visitors and locals alike, but the funds will go directly to strengthening the palace's foundations. Only by investing in its structure can the Louvre protect its treasures for generations to come, ensuring that its legacy endures far into the future. The water leak was not an isolated incident. It was part of a troubling pattern. Just a month earlier, a daylight jewel heist exposed major flaws in the museum's security. Around the same time, structural weaknesses forced the closure of a gallery hosting ancient Greek vases. These events reveal a museum under pressure, battling criminals, decaying infrastructure, and failing systems. The glamour of the Louvre's art hides the immense challenge of keeping the institution safe and functional. Each incident is a wake-up call. Together, they form a siren that cannot be ignored. The Louvre's problems matter to everyone. It's a global guardian of human history. Its art and artifacts tell the story of our shared past, and when they're at risk, so is our collective memory. Recent events are a warning about the fragility of cultural heritage. Preservation is an ongoing battle against time, decay, and human error. Damaged research materials remind us that every part of history's ecosystem is connected and vulnerable. For millions, a visit to the Louvre is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. The museum's responsibility to protect its treasures is growing harder to fulfill. The Louvre's struggles are shared by museums worldwide, many facing similar challenges. We must invest in the unglamorous but vital work of maintaining the buildings that protect our history. The crises at the Louvre make one thing clear: decisive action is needed to secure its future. The museum must prioritize overhauling its aging infrastructure, starting with the heating and ventilation system. This work will require significant funding from ticket sales, government support, and private donors. Investing in infrastructure is investing in the preservation of human history. Security must also be strengthened to prevent future thefts. The water leak of 2025 was a painful wake-up call, exposing cracks in the foundation of a beloved institution. Now, the Louvre has a chance to rebuild and reaffirm its mission. By investing in its foundations, the museum can remain a strong home for our shared heritage, inspiring visitors for generations.